Today on the channel, from the Spider-Man No Way Home line, we've got Spider-Man black and gold suit, and from the Gamerverse side of things, Miles Morales. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review as we work our way from the brand new Spider-Man No Way Home line. So this video today, we're taking a look at black and gold suit Spider-Man and Miles Morales. But for all your Marvel Legends needs and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. So a little No Way Home movie figure, a little Gamerverse action. We got it all here on the channel, and we're going to do it like we always do all the unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We'll unbox it. We'll talk about it. See where it goes from there. So let's start it off with Miles Morales. There we go. Gamerverse Miles Morales. Now I gotta tell you guys, Gamerverse is probably the least exciting Marvel Legends figures for me, as I've given up my game playing days. I just unfortunately do not have time. I have a long list of stuff I'm gonna do in retirement. Hopefully I make it that long. But when I'm retired, I'm gonna get back into some video games. I need to spend about an hour or two every day in retirement playing video games. That's what I'm going to do. So mark that on my list, and maybe I'll play some of these Gamerverse Marvel games when those days come. I can't imagine what games will be like in 20, 30 years when I finally do retire, but that's neither here nor there. But I don't have an affection for the character. I don't, have a deep love for any of these or understanding, but I do like figures. I do like Spider-Man figures, and the rest of Marvel superheroes we've gotten through the Gamerverse subset inside of a set, I guess we'll call it. And we always know they're Gamerverse because they have the white packaging, which I think is kind of cool, at least. You can kind of put those guys all together in their own box set if that's your thing, I guess, out there. But Miles Morales, a very popular character these days. Definitely not my Spider-Man, but you know what? My children that are 10 and 7, when they think of Spider-Man, they don't think of Peter Parker. They think of Miles Morales. So there's a changing of the guard out there. There's different universes of Spider-Man out there, and obviously old-timers like myself, we're Peter Parker guys, but younger generation like my kids, they're growing up with Miles Morales. So it's an interesting deal there. I think that's just really interesting. But here it is. There he is. Here it is in the package right there. We've got all kinds of stuff. We got hands, we got heads, we got bodies, another black suit Spider-Man, which is pretty cool. Spider-Man logo down below, Gamerverse at the very top in white, Marvel Legends, of course, Spider-Man logo. Miles Morales looking only like he can look in the glamour shot on the side. Same one on this side. UPC's warnings, boring stuff there. And then you got the back of the package, and that is where the magic happens. You got the cross-sell. You got all different languages. You've got the blurb, the mighty blurb that sets the stage for every figure. We got a blurb, and then we got a big glamour shot of Miles doing his thing right there. So let's read the back. Let's see what all the fuss is about. Miles Morales, when a fierce power struggle threatens to destroy his new home, Miles Morales realizes that with great power, there must also come great responsibility. So there you go. Wow, I feel like we've heard that before one time or maybe two times in the past. Very fiery spider logo going on in the back there. That's pretty cool, I think. See you later. Get out of here. Plastic prison time. Ooh, I didn't realize. Okay, very cool. Plastic prison right there on Miles Morales. This figure just jumped up a little bit in my excitement for it, as I thought these were just effects you put on the hand, but they're actually hands. They're translucent yellow hands, so I like that a whole lot. Build a figure piece, of course, for Armadillo. We'll build Armadillo at the very end of the week. We'll build him, and we're going to rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss that one. So let's pop him out. So we got an extra head, of course. There's the old body. We've got fists for days. You need Spider-Man to have all of his fists. He needs his options out there. There's that leg of the Armadillo. An interesting character, like I said, later this week. Stay tuned for that one. Hands popping out. Hands popping out. Bam, bam, bam. There it is. And see you later. Oh, right off the screen. It happens sometimes. There it is. All right, let's get ourselves situated here. Now we'll talk hands to begin things, at least the normal hands. We got two fisted hands. We've seen fisted hands. You understand fisted hands. I love it, though. I love fisted hands on all my wrestling figures, superhero figures. They're wrestlers. They're superheroes. They're fighting people. They need fists. Nobody just slaps people. They give the old 1-2, the 1-2. around, you know, all that kind of stuff. From my old MMA days back in the day. Simpler times back then. But anyways, and then you got the open web crawling hands, the wall crawling hands here. I love those on Spider-Man. I don't use these enough on my Spider-Man figures. I need to move some of my Spider-Man figures to these hands because I do really like those. But then these are the hands I really like here. Like I said, I thought these were effects, but they do have effects, but they're attached to the hand, which is pretty cool, pretty different. I don't know if we've seen these. At least it's not ringing a bell for me right now, but of course you got two hands here. I think I will probably use these. Against the black here, this is going to be just next level. So definitely going to recommend these hands probably to use. And one is a little bent. They are very easily movable, so that's nice. But you got those. And then you've got Miles Morales. We got Spider-Man going on here. Once again, like we've seen in the past with some of these Spider-Mans, this one's pretty articulated. It does have the double jointed knees. Of course it does. It's got the thigh swivel going on. The legs spread way out like Spider-Man should. We should have all the mobility in the world with a Spider-Man figure. You got the ankle up and down, side to side, all that kind of fun stuff. Double jointed elbows, and I need to mention pinless joints on this one throughout, so that is really cool. Makes it look extra clean. You got the big ab crunch going on, so you can get him in all kinds of wacky spider poses. You got the butterfly shoulders on this one. Not a ton of room, but it does move a little bit, so you do got butterflies. It's not as deep as we've seen some figures in the past, but it still has them. And then you got a head that, of course, moves all around like any head would, and the head is removable. Man, this is a good-looking Spider-Man figure, black suit, game reverse, so it's part of the video game, of course. But it's really nice. It's a little bit of a darker red going on the chest, but then you get down to the hands, and it's a little bit of a lighter red. So I would have liked to see these reds match. They don't match very well, but I'm going to be using the yellow hands, so maybe that really doesn't matter. Nice webbing on Spider-Man, good eyes, good paint application throughout here. No issues with this paint, and the head moves every which direction you could possibly want. So a lot of flexibility, a lot of articulation, a lot of good poses you can get this Spider-Man into. If that is your thing out there, let's pop this head off. Let's pop it off. There it goes. It fought me a little bit. And we're going to pop on this Miles Morales head. Oh, there it is. I don't know if I like this head that much. I think I like the regular spider head. This is Miles Morales, but this isn't what I think of when I think of Miles Morales. And I'm not really familiar with comic book Miles Morales. I don't know about the game Miles Morales. I just know from Into the Spider-Verse. And I should grab that one as I have it right here, which is Miles Morales is a younger boy. I don't even know if he's a teenager technically here. This almost looks like Miles Morales. I mean, it does look like it's probably him as, you know, in his 20s, basically, is what this looks like. So that's not bad. Depends what you're looking for here. For me, I think I would rather have the Spider-Man suit. I think it looks better. This Miles, it just looks weird. The neck almost looks too long. Yeah, the neck is way too long with this head, where the Spider-Man masked head blends in together. This looks funny, especially the neck. I mean, it reminds me of National Geographic magazines back in the day. You used to see that African tribe that put those, like, braces to make their necks real long. I had, like, those, I don't know what that was, but you know what I'm talking about. I'll try to find a picture. I'll put it up here. But that's what that reminds me of. It's just way too big. And I actually would like to use this head because I'd like to have representation of Miles, and older Miles in my collection. But I don't like the looks of the neck on this. The neck is just way too giraffe-like. It does not look right. So that's not the way I'm going to go with this one. But besides that, it's a pretty strong figure. This is actually better than I thought it was going to be, especially these hands. I just don't anticipate this one ranking terribly high at the end of the week rankings. We'll see, though. We're still early in this line unboxing. We'll see how it all shakes out. And then, of course, you guys know you got to sleep on it. You got to decide, is this for me? What do I think? But it is Miles Morales. He's a hair taller than the one from Into the Spider-Verse. And take that for what it is, I guess. It's an older version is how I'm justifying it to myself. But it looks okay there. It looks all right. It's an okay figure. I do think it'll be okay, though, popularity-wise. Spider-Man figures, Miles Morales figures seem to move off the shelves, at least in my area, at a pretty good clip. So I don't think they'll have problems getting rid of this one. But pretty strong figure for what it is. I'll give it that. I'll give it that. But we got to turn our attention to the No Way From Home. No Way Home, No Way From Home, Far From Home. No, it's No Way Home Spider-Man in the black and gold suit. Now this one seems to be the hardest one. I've seen this wave at a few different stores in the last couple of weeks, and 9 times out of 10, this is the figure that's missing. So I haven't really paid attention to many spoilers and many things for this movie, so I don't know if this is his everyday suit in that movie is why it's so popular, or if it's just black and everybody's looking for a black suit Spider-Man. I'm not exactly sure. I will see the movie sometime. It'd be nice to see it in the theater, but we'll see how that goes. You guys, I miss Black Widow, I miss Shang-Chi, I miss Snake Eyes. I'm probably going to miss this one too. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But this one has been harder to get at retail. If you guys watch my action figure hunting videos every Friday, a cheap plug, I found the whole wave minus this one. I went to the next Walmart, found the whole wave with this one. So I was pretty happy to knock out a set. I love to knock the Legend sets all out at once and just be done with it. There's nothing worse than just trying to build that set. Just frustrating. But anyways, No Way Home Spider-Man. The black and gold suit, it says on this one, and there he is. There's the packaging, Marvel Legends at the top, of course, Spider-Man logo at the very top, Build-A-Figure Armadillo, and Spider-Man logo from the movie, Armadillo piece in there, extra set of hands, and once again, it's Spider-Man. How many Spider-Mans do you need? I don't know. I don't know. Usually I say how many are you going to make, but man, I feel like it's Spider-Man overkill. The classic suit is still my favorite, and it's probably because that's what I grew up on, and that's usually the way it works. On the side, you get the black and gold suit. Same thing on the other side, of course. UPC's down there. Big glamour shot there. We got a blurb, we got a cross-sell, we got other languages, all that fun stuff. Let's see what it says about the black and gold suit. Spider-Man relies on his black and gold suit and abilities to defend against threats. Oh, well, that told us everything we need to know. He depends on this suit to defend against threats. But as far as I remember it, the Marvel Legends team doesn't really get clued in on this kind of stuff, and that is a negative out there. And I understand the movies want to keep spoilers away and that kind of stuff, but what always ends up happening, and we've seen it a ton in 2021 as we're filming this, we got characters from the Avengers movies and stuff that weren't quite screen accurate, missing things. Well, now they've went back in 2021, re-released these figures, updates, made them the way they should have been all along, and maybe we're going to see something like that with this figure too. If this is something secret from the movie, nobody knows what's going on here and the reasoning behind it, maybe it's not 100% accurate, and we'll get an update down the line, and that sucks. I mean, we got to all agree on that. It sucks buying something that's not representative of something they think it is, but it's not. That's the way I see it. So we'll see. We'll see how that ends up shaking out here in the future, I guess, and once the movie releases later this year. So there's that background from No Way Home. No Way Home. I keep wanting to say Far From Home, but No Way Home. No Way Home. See you later out there. All right, Plastic Prison. We got one set of hands here. Familiar Spider-Man hands, of course. Armadillo leg. I don't know how well this one's going to fare for me. We'll see. Pop that out. Pop that out. Pop that out. Pop him out. See you later. Get out of here. And now we got Spider-Man, looking only like Spider-Man could look. So we got the black with the gold piping going on here, and then you got the red forearms and the red hands. I mean, it almost looks like a robot to me. I almost feel like this is robot Spider-Man is kind of what the vibe he gives off. Unfortunately, unlike the Miles Morales, who has pinless joints, this guy has pins in him. They very easily probably could have used the same body. I don't know what happened there. But we got pins in the knees, pins in the arms. But we do got double jointed. We got a little bit of paint, extra gloss paint on his forearm, just caught my eye. But we do got the double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, of course, the rockers, the usual articulation we get, the thighs, of course, the head, all that fun stuff. And then we do get the butterfly shoulders at least, so he's got a little bit more articulation. But this almost looks like a cross between Black Panther, Spider-Man, and a robot to me. Kind of very Black Panther-esque suit. Maybe this is a Wakandan suit he ends up getting. I guess we'll find out in the movie. And we don't have any experience with this suit, or at least I don't. So it's all foreign to me. I can't really dog on it because it could be right, it could be wrong. Who knows? But the red's not the best red on here either. It almost looks like a customizer. Like I would put the red on there. So it's not going to be very good. I don't customize for a living. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. So the red does seem a little sloppy. I mean, it's not inherently sloppy as the lines. It's just like looks like it maybe needs another coat of red to me. It looks like it could fade or has faded over time. But the hands are movable, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's Spider-Man. You see this, you know exactly, oh, there's Spider-Man. There he is. You know exactly who this is, which is fair. And that's, I guess, what they're going for. But I got to think in the future, in the months, weeks to come, once the Spider-Man movie gets fleshed out, we got the old armadillo right there. Once it gets fleshed out, we'll know more about this. Maybe we'll feel a little bit better about this figure. Right now, it just is what it is. I don't know how well either of these are really going to rank in the grand scheme of things. But like I said, stay tuned at the end of the week. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Like this video. You made it this far. You might as well. And then follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. Easy for me to say. I always forget my name. And then, of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson and leave me a comment with your thoughts on these two. So for the new Spider-Man wave, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.